There he goes. Go ahead, buddy. He's like, where am I? Where am I going? Where's my new home? Go ahead, get out. Josh, coax him out a little.
Joshua, get over here and get ready.
He's going where he's supposed to go. Close the slider. There he goes. Go on, buddy. You should probably have that shut. Bye, buddy.
Bye, dude.
Next time we see you, you'll be in boxes.
Yes, you will.
Hey, little guy. You want to say goodbye to everybody? You want to say goodbye to your fans? Say bye, fans. Hey, y'all. It's Danielle Jones here, and Brian is driving. We are making the long trek to our railroad track to our meat processor. They are nowhere near us. They are outside of Paris, Texas. We are going to Cobbs Meat Processing. They were referred to us by a friend, and we were using someone locally and weren't that satisfied. And I am pretty satisfied already with the job that Cobbs has done. They have been fantastic to deal with, and I just cannot wait to get our meat back from them. How do you feel?
Oh, I feel really good about this. They have gone above and beyond with customer service and making sure that we understand the whole process and the pricing and the cut sheets, and they have just been like walking with us and holding our hand through this whole thing, because we're pretty new at this. So
Yeah.
It's only our second beef cow.
Yes.
And they totally understand that, and they don't treat you that way. They treat you like, hey, we understand that you're not experienced in this.
Right, right.
And that's not what we felt with the other place, really.
That's right, yeah.
Yep.
So we have, you see all the boxes. We have our coolers in the back, but weren't sure how many we were going to need, so we brought some boxes too, just to be sure. They would have boxed it all for us, but first of all, I don't need any more boxes. And why pay for something if you don't need it? So I am excited to get Snowball back and to see what it was. What was his hang weight, Brian?
I think it was like 520 or 540, somewhere around
Yeah, he was a smaller cow. We didn't expect him to be as small as he was. I think we are going to get more meat back from him than we did from Mo, who was larger.
Yeah, but Mo was still under 600 pounds hang weight. He was 590, I think.
Yes, but he was a bigger cow, which is strange.
Yeah, he was much bigger, so that's why we were just, I don't know, just kind of question things like the weights and stuff and what we got back.
Yeah.
Because we didn't understand that. You should, if you get your bones, your organs, the fat, the meat, it didn't click with us that that's the whole hanging cow.
Most of
that's
the
the hang weight.
Yeah.
So, and we only got a fraction of our hang weight back.
A very small fraction.
We got like 330 pounds worth of meat, bones, fat, and everything else, but he was almost 600, so we didn't understand that when we called Cobbs to find out how much weight we should actually get back, and they said, well, you're getting everything back, so you should get the hang weight back. They were a little confused.
Yeah.
But so were we, and we were like, oh, right. So you should, if you get your whole cow back, in organs, meat, bones, everything, it should be pretty close to the hang weight we're finding out. So
we're gonna break it all down. I keep a spreadsheet of everything so that I know what we're spending and you know where we need to decide if we need to change anything like feeding, or we like to know what we're spending on our food.
Right.
So yeah, come along with us. Oh, that's a cute little doggy. We also picked up our feed while we were out. This is the freezer that Snowball is going into. We've been trying to empty it as much as possible. So I have some bread. We got rid of all the freezer meals. I have some pizza dough, cookie dough. That's all fruits up there. Some vegetables. That's the extent of the meat that's left in here. So that's some turkey bacon. That's some fat that we need to render down. And this is some white meat from our own chickens. The rest of our meat that we have is in our regular chest freezer. So I'm gonna fill this up with what we will use, you know, first, and then the rest will go into our deep freeze. Let's see how much meat we got and how much I can fit in here. Because we keep detailed records of everything that we get back, we organize everything out by what it is, and then we weigh everything. And I put all of that in a spreadsheet by its cuts. I just like to have record of what we received so I know what we're using and how long it takes us to use that. So here you just see us unloading all the meat that we got. It barely fit on our huge farmhouse table. Brian went ahead and put the things that we were going to use first in the stand-up freezer in our addition so that I have easy access to it when I'm cooking, and all the rest of the meat filled up our large chest freezer. So are you ready to go over the breakdown of the cost?
I am.
All right.
It looks like a lot of meat.
It is a lot of meat. So here is what happened with Snowball. He had a hanging weight of 521 pounds.
Yep.
Mo, our first beef cow, was 598 pounds hanging. That's Mo right there on my
598 to 521. Okay.
Now I kept track of all the costs. So I had the cost to buy Snowball, the cost of his feed, any supplies, and the cost of butchering, which was $773.20, which was amazing.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Cobbs for that.
Yes.
Thank you.
Cobbs meat processing.
A+.
Yeah.
So our total cost for Snowball's ownership and butchering came to $2,745. That's from the day that we got him until the day that we butchered him.
Right.
And we ended up getting back 407 pounds of meat bones, etc., etc., etc.
Right.
Which broke down to $6.74 a pound, which isn't bad.
No.
But I want to point something out.
Well, considering it.
Well, I mean, that's for steaks, roasts, everything.
Right. I mean, you're talking about ribs and brisket and ribeyes and New York strips and
all the
fillets.
good stuff.
I mean, you're talking some of this stuff. If you go to buy it, it'd be $20+ a pound.
Now, we also chose to feed him what I consider good feed.
Yeah, we
could have cut the cost there if we didn't care as much about what feed he had.
Yep.
Also, if we hadn't bought him, if he had been born here, like most of our beef cows are born here.
Yep.
If he hadn't been born here and we fed him exactly the same,
Yep.
we would have paid $5.27 a pound,
Right,
which is what we aim for.
Which is crazy, unbelievable. Because
Right.
you'll pay more than that for a pound of ground beef at any ranch. I mean,
Yeah.
the cheapest I've seen around here is normally the going rate's like $8 to $10 a pound from a ranch.
Well, we have
For
gotten it for
one pound.
$5.50 a pound when we bought it in
Wow.
bulk, and I think it
Yeah.
was an old cow.
Right, it was an old cow, and they were kind of clearancing out the meat.
Right.
They just wanted to get rid of it.
It wasn't good meat.
So, you know, hey, good thing for them that they were honest about it, because they could have gotten a lot more for it and not said anything. But they were honest and upfront about it, and
Yeah.
said, hey, this is an old cow, we just want to get rid of it. So, and the
Now,
meat was great.
While this video is not sponsored by Cobbs in Paris,
is not.
Texas,
Nope.
I want to say that I don't think we will ever go anywhere else for our processing. So Snowball was much smaller than our first cow mo,
Yep.
and we got back more meat from Cobbs.
We got 50 pounds more meat
From a smaller cow.
from a smaller cow. So
Makes me wonder what happened.
you do the math, we did the math. We were like, okay. And that was the cow that we bought was a multi-purpose. Snowball wasn't like your normal beef cow.
Right.
Okay. Now Mo, he was a Black Angus.
Jersey
cross, but he was mostly, to look at him, looked like Black Angus, which are raised to be beef cows.
Yeah, go back in our videos
So,
and look. He was
yeah,
a big
he
cow.
was huge.
Yeah, he was.
So we just
Something
and-
happened.
and you know, everybody told us that it can make a huge difference in the butcher that we use, and we took the advice of some friends of ours, good friends of ours. They were like, hey, this is who we use, they do a great job.
Yeah.
And it was Cobbs, and we said, hey, we trust our friends, let's go up, and look what happened.
Yes.
So we're not saying that that's what happens every time, and we're not saying if you take your cow to Cobbs that they're going to get you more meat. That's
Right.
not what we're saying
We're
at
just
all.
giving you our experience.
We're giving you our experience, because we don't want to put Cobbs on the, you know, on the block here, so
But
that they're going to get
they
you more
were-
meat. But they did a great job, and the
Wonderful
customer
work with.
service was outstanding.
Fabulous.
Yep, better. And I talked to a lot of butchers, and not usually the guys answering the phone, but they're the guys answering the phone too. A lot of places, so they're just butchers. But great experience.
So it was well worth the drive for us.
Yep.
Paid off. I mean, I love spending 3 hours with you any day.
Yep.
So it was 3 hours
Yeah.
about round trip for us to do.
Yeah. Compared
And,
to, you know, a lot shorter.
Yeah. So we will drop their contact info in the description
Yep.
in case you have a cow to be butchered. But that's who we'll be using.
Yeah.
And our next butchered cows are going to, they were both born here.
Yep.
So I'm keeping the spreadsheet, though I keep track of everything that we spend on every cow,
Mhm.
all the feed, everything. Because I want to know what we're spending to
Yeah.
do this. It has to be worth my while.
Yep.
So,
Wow.
and 407 pounds of meat, that should last us.
It's not all about the money, though.
It's not about the money, but if it's going to be
Yeah.
cheaper for me to do the same thing without having a cow, I'm going to do that probably.
Right. But we know where the meat came from.
Yes.
We know what it was fed.
Yeah.
And we're trying, this is about self-sustaining.
Absolutely.
Becoming self-sustaining.
Yeah.
And just knowing where our food
And
comes
if I
from.
really needed to get the cost down, we'd switch feed. But we're not at that
Yeah.
place that we need to do that. Our next cows are going to be super cheap, much cheaper, probably
Yep.
closer to the $5 a pound range.
Yep.
Because they were born here.
Yeah.
So I'm good with that.
Yeah, we're hoping to have more baby cows here.
More baby cows.
Baby cows.
Thanks for joining us, y'all. We will see you next time.
Yep.